Coming up on Not the End, NDE.
I got a sense that these were angels, maybe even my guardian angels. I don't know. But one extended his hand to me and I swatted his hand away. Let me tell you what he looks like. So very ethereal, like a blue color, and completely translucent, no skin, but like a body shaped like ours, and very powerful looking. So I slapped the hand away because I really wanted to come back. I did not want to die. I was adamant about coming back.
Many have died and returned to tell of their near-death experiences. Their incredible stories reveal to the living that this is not the end.
I am going to tell you today about my near-death experience, afterlife encounter that I had in October of 2018. This experience completely changed my life, radically changed my life, okay? I'm not going to get too deep into the actual process of dying. It takes about a few minutes to actually describe it, but I'll tell you that this was the result of my actions. I have shared more details about that on other videos, but I'll just leave it at that. Like, this was the result of my own actions. And as I felt literally all the energy just draining down out of my body, all of the life draining out of my body, I closed my eyes here and I opened my eyes in another realm. This place was beautiful. There's just not even words to describe how amazing this place is. The color, we don't even have this color here. It is like an opal. It is so magnificent. It's like a living color, okay? And to my left, there were three really tall beings, around 7 or 8 feet tall. I'm 5 foot, so they felt really tall. I'm not sure exactly how tall, but it seemed kind of like they knew me, you know, kind of like we knew each other. I got a sense that these were angels, maybe even my guardian angels. I don't know. But one extended his hand to me and I swatted his hand away. Let me tell you what he looks like. So what they look like. And I just felt like it was masculine energy. I didn't see any reason that I should think it was male other than just the feeling of the energy. Very ethereal, like a blue color, and completely translucent, no skin, but like a body shaped like ours, and very powerful looking. So I slapped the hand away because I really wanted to come back. I did not want to die. I was adamant about coming back, okay? And directly in front of me, there is a presence about 100 feet tall. Huge presence. I can't see because this presence is spirit, but I can feel all of this love just radiating into me. And it was so powerful. I can't even describe it, but if I were to put my hand into a light socket and 1,000,000 volts of electricity just started shooting through my body, it was like that, except that I wasn't in pain. The first thing that I could even think to say, and it transmitted from my mind directly out, was thank you, Jesus, for your sacrifice on the cross. I was not real churched. I didn't read the Bible very often. I was not walking a Christian walk, but this was the first thing that came to my mind. It was always in me though, honestly. I mean, even though I wasn't walking with Jesus like I believed in him. And so I knew that there was no way I could be able to withstand this level of sheer power coming at me. And I'm begging and pleading to come back. His presence was so calm. I felt very loved, very seen, very known. I felt safe. And I just knew this presence was the Father. I didn't have to be told who he was. It was like in my core, I knew this was the presence of the Father. Immediately, I'm asking to come back, and we go to another location. This location looks like it's just a regular sunny day, clear day on Earth. I see blue sky. I'm standing on a platform, and like there's a million people or more standing on the ground, and I'm just looking at them, and they're looking at me, and I'm not sure what to do. So I lean into his presence, and I say, "What do I do?" And he says, "Love them." And I said, "Okay, well, what am I gonna say?" And he said, "The truth." And I was kind of hesitant on that, but I really wanted to come back, so I agreed. And the next question I asked was, "What do I need to change?" And he said, "Nothing." And I knew that meant that, like, I knew that although I couldn't change myself, he would change me. It was like I could feel myself already being changed, okay? And then the last question I asked was, "Well, where am I going to learn everything?" And I was thinking maybe a college or some sort of educational facility. And he said, "Nothing. It's already inside of you." And I was shocked, okay? I was shocked to imagine that there might be something in me that these people might be waiting for. And these were people of every nationality. These were people who were just standing there waiting. And he loved them so much. His love was so powerful, and he loved them. And so I agree. I am in agreement, and I say, yes, okay. And then immediately we're back to the first environment. And this environment, again, is so beautiful. And it was like a round room. I didn't see any doors or any windows. I don't know how I even got there. It was just boom, that fast. And at this point, he somehow pulls me into his spirit. So I go up into his spirit, and I am there, and I'm seeing all of these other people. Now, these people, all the people I saw during my experience were living people. I didn't see anyone who was deceased. None of my family that's already passed away was there. Nobody I recognized was there. I knew these people were alive. And so I'm looking and seeing all of these people, but I'm seeing also that he's like, I am a multi-dimensional creature, a spirit, a soul, and a body. And I can see through myself, and I can see to the atomic level, like first to the cellular and then going down to an atom, that he holds me together. That literally the energy, his energy, is what holds me together. And also all of these other people are being held together by him. And it was phenomenal. I'm also experiencing this review or memories of things that had happened that were horrible, but it was like they made sense. And it was like I could see the wisdom of him making them he was giving me a better understanding. And I would be allowed to use those experiences for good. And then I also saw people just living their life during this time, like doing everyday things like eating and playing with their children, just lit life. And that's why I wanted to come back. You know, I have children, and I wanted to be with them. And it was all I cared about in those moments. And I don't know how long I was in this place, but again, it was as though he was healing me by me being in his presence. And the next thing I know, I was, bam, just put back in my body, and he breathed. It was like a breath filled my lungs, and I took a deep breath, like if I'd never even breathed there before. And that is when I started saying, oh my gosh, the answer is love. The stories are true. Jesus is real. And I had never really felt this kind of connection with God before. I never had, but now I feel it, and it's so real, and it's so amazing. And I know that even though I had really been on a dangerous life path, everything just switched in that moment. Instead of seeing things from a natural perspective, I started to see them in a very spiritual perspective. And everything had a deeper spiritual meaning. Even the things that I was doing that weren't good for me, there was a deeper spiritual reason why I was doing them. And I began to receive just like this deep understanding that for every behavior or symptom, there was a deep pain attached to it. And my life just continued to change every single day, still learning and still finding out, all of the amazing things that he did to my being while I was there. So this is my experience. I pray that it blesses you and that you get a sense of a few things, a few bullet points, the oneness that I felt with him and experienced with the Father in that environment. By faith, we all have that oneness, and that healing our heart wounds is so important to him. I left a very fearful woman and came back a very brave woman. I left a very sad woman and came back a very joyful woman. And I know that this is for everyone. It's not just for me, it's a collective experience. So thank you so much for letting me share this today. And I pray it blesses you. Have a good day.
How is this story meaningful to you? If you're watching on YouTube, tell us in the comments. If you're listening to the podcast, leave a review and tell us there. If you or someone you know have a similar kind of story, please also leave that in the comments or send us a message at our website. Maybe we'll feature you. Visit nottheendnde.com. Be blessed and a blessing, my friends.